Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. This is deck number 294 of the quest to build every possible commander deck. Now, Slimefoot, I had started Slimefoot obviously early on in the Dominaria lineup, but there was so much Dominaria, obviously I didn't get it done. There was a few cards I wanted, and then we got spoilers for Battle Bond, and I saw that Doubling Season was in Battle Bond, and I thought, oh my gosh, Slimefoot with Doubling Season is the dream. However, I opened 2 boxes of Battle Bond, did not get a Doubling Season or a Rector or a lot of stuff. Out of 2 boxes, I only got 2 of the dual lands. But anyway, so I said, well, let's go ahead and finish Slimefoot. BT Dubs. The Doubling Season and the Doubling Season-esque enchantments don't have any. Those are amazing. They are quick kills with Slimefoot. So, first off, he is a fungus. And you know what? Saplings. So first off, let's go to Saplings. I just piled all of the cards that deal with Saplings together. We have, I guess let's do some creatures first. Good old-fashioned, the very first one, we're going to go back to Thallid. Obviously, this is your pie in the sky, turn 1 play. We have Thallid Devourer. Try and do this in some kind of chronological order here, but it's not going to work that well. Then in the Time Spiral, of course, we had another. Now, the Thallid ability is typically every 3rd turn you get a Thallid. Now, with Doubling Season, it makes it ridiculous because the counters get doubled and the saplings get doubled. Slimefoot itself, it's so good. But Thallid Shell Dweller, Savage Thallid. Now, Spore Sower, he is really awesome because he does it for all your funguses, so that's cool. And the Sporoloth Ancient actually changes that math, where, yeah, Doubling Season would be cooler. But he changes the math to where it's 2. Even the creatures, yeah, see? It gets 2. Fungal Bloom. Just, man, that's a dark card. Use 2 green mana, put a Spore Cannon. Night Soil. Fungal Infection. Now, Sprout Swarm. Sprout Swarm, I did a really cool deck way back, a 60-card deck, when this was, you know, standard legal. And with the artifact that makes everything slivers, and it was infinite. As long as you had Sprout Swarm, the Convoke, and the Buyback, you just convoked it and just But anyway, Spore Swarm, you just mana for saps. Migration, mana for saps. Fungal Plots. Druidic Satchel. Yeah, that's right. I mean, it makes a sap. Hey. Now, Druidic Satchel is probably the card that I'll replace once I get the Doubling Season, just simply because, you know, the list is on Tapped Out. I'm not exactly, I didn't really look to see how many actual creature cards there were, but there's a lot of cards that make saps. But oh, by the way, funny thing to note, there has never been a card printed with a creature type of sapling. Minus, of course, changelings, but Jade Mage, mana for sap, repeatable. That's beautiful. Of course, Verdant Embrace is going to give you 1 every upkeep, so that's beautiful. Not just yours. Yeah, it turns Slimefoot into a beast. We have the Hermit, which they're all going to get +1. Thelon, This is ridiculous. This he changes the game. He really does. He turns it from a token generating deck to just a beatdown deck. Because you can mound up some spore counters pretty quick. Tend to shoot Dryad. Got that Nixilon. I was really surprised we had that Nixilon. The Ascend, it's just not that hard to do in this deck. Verdant Force. Spore Mound. A lot of these cards sound a lot alike, so I had to actually double check to make sure that I didn't have duplicates. You know, Landfall. I don't understand why we just didn't use Landfall equals Sap. The Shepherd. Yeah, this one is not quite that amazing. He just ETBs saps. Spore Crown. I mean, this is really good. This is a 2-mana champion. Death Spore Thallid is just woo doggy. This actually I should probably have put that in the sacrifice section, because the idea, we'll get to that in a minute. Omnivore, another sack dude, the Soothsayer. Come on, autofocus. Another sack dude, and then, of course, the last but not least, the Deathbloom Thallid. Now, so Slimefoot, let's read Slimefoot here again, just to make sure that we've got him right. Slimefoot. Whenever one of your saps dies, he deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Now, you're only going to gain 1 life even if you've got 5 opponents, so that's fine. 4 mana colon, make a sap. So the idea is to create a bunch of saps and sack them. I mean, you can win with combat damage if you can do that, but a lot of times your tokens just get outgunned in size. So the idea here is Slimefoot. Well, the idea, to be honest with you, is Slimefoot, Ashnod's Altar doubling season, and you just a win. So, but it's what else. So, Ashnod's Altar is, of course, the first sacrifice outlet that we have. It's a beautiful card. Super used. It's the gas to most engines. Then we have Sarah Seer at 1 mana, to where you can free sack to scry, which is really good. Because there's a point in time you just don't need to draw any more lands, you know, and you need to trigger your guy. At 2 mana, we have the Bloodthrone Vampire. Sack a dude, it gets bigger, which is pretty much the same card for 1 more mana and 1 more power toughness as Nantuko Husk. But my personal favorite of all of them is the Flying Chick. Fall Angel, this is the way to go. This is a finisher. Now, Dread Return and Diabolic Intent are also sacrifices, as well as Torgar. I mean, this does what you want to do. If you're playing Kingdoms, it takes, you know, and you're obviously not the Knight, it takes the King down to half life, which the King starts at a lot of life anyway. It's a wonderful thing. Yeah. And then Whisper. Repeatable, but not, you know, a whole bunch, because you do have to tap him to sack 2 saps to get back your Verdant Force or whatever it is you're trying to get back. Now, let's go with a ramp side here. We have, of course, Rampant Growth, Cultivate, and Sky Shroud Claim. By the way, I got a full Sky Shroud Claim. I don't know if you can see if that's full. I'm using, these are green mats, but got a full Sky Shroud Claim. I was really proud of that. And the 3 Golgari artifacts. Let's take a look down the removal lane here. Putrefy, because we're in the colors. It's that good. If I'm in black and green, I'm going to be running Putrefy because it's amazing. Of course, we have Naturalize, Murder, Creeping Mold, Doomblade. I know a lot of these are like staples and that I use them quite a bit. But you know what? There's nothing worse than having something that's killing you that you cannot deal with. And that is why I include so much removal. I mean, Fade into Antiquity, that exiles it. And as you all know, Darksteel Forge is a thing. Golgari Charm, options is good. Now, all creatures get -1/-1 to turn can actually benefit you with Slimefoot out. I mean, if you kill all your set, destroy an enchantment, regenerate your team. That's beautiful. Regenerate your team this is the ultimate. This might as well counter the board wipe. Well, for you, it's actually better than a counter in that instance. Vertus's Maneuver. I love the Friend or Foe cards. I think it's amazing. It does, however, it's hard to recover from that because once you paint somebody as a foe, they're probably going to remember that. And in team events, or I say team events like unknown team events, here we go back to Kingdoms. I play every Friday night with my local play group, and we do a lot of Kingdoms. Sometimes we'll do Kingdoms, Plane Chase, whatever. 2 weeks ago, because I was on vacation last week, so I didn't really do anything. But I was out of town. We had Kingdoms, Plane Chase, Arch Enemy. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. And of course, in Garrick's Wake, Extinguish All Hope, and Hurricane. Now, I've got Hurricane in there. Hurricane is not so much a removal spell. I mean, it obviously can be for the flyers. We only have one flyer in the deck, so it's not really hurting us. But as far as Slimefoot's ability to do damage to everybody and you're gaining that one life, well, life totals can get down there, but I can foresee it being hard to get there, to get all the way to the finish line with Slimefoot. And Hurricane in the late game, where everybody's already taken a bunch of Slimefoot damage or they're fighting amongst themselves, Hurricane's a nice finisher because more than likely you're going to be at higher life than everybody else anyway. Now, just in case you're not, and you've got to do the beatdown strategy, Overrun, it's a good card. I actually had Miranda Petroglyphs, and because the Miranda Petroglyphs really work with the Saprolings, I had Cryptolith Rights. That really didn't, I don't know. Cryptolith Right, maybe. I may actually put that one back in. Treasured Find. It's just because I'm out of Regrows and it's in the color, so. Whoop, I'm dropping cards now. Contagion Clasp is the one I have. Contagion Engine is the one we all want. Just to proliferate the fungus counters, or the spore counters on your funguses. This one may be where Cryptolith Right comes back in. Haven't really decided. Final Parting. Yeah, it's a tutor. I got it in here just to go get things, but Final Parting, I feel, is best used in Reanimator decks because it goes and it gets your Animate Dead to your hand, and it gets your big fatty in your graveyard, and it's rainbows and sunshine. You just got to make sure that the 5 mana you pay for Final Parting and the 2 mana for Animate Dead, you got 7 mana invested. You better be getting a really good dude because you've got 7 mana invested at that point. Now, Growing Rice of Itlamot. We're going to have a ton of dudes, and this is, of course, it flips over to the Better Cradle. But man, is that generating some mana. And generating mana is a good thing because of Slimefoot. And I think I just talked myself back into Cryptolith Rights. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So Bramble Sovereign. Now this is, on the surface, it doesn't look that good. It doesn't work at all with Saprolings. However, if you can copy all your fungus and you're making saprolings at twice the speed, it's really good. And this is a card that also makes me want to play doublings. Okay, so the next doubling season I get, Slimefoot's got his name on it. And last but not least is, of course, Word of Binding. Word of Binding is absolutely wonderful for when you've got to get through and you've got to finish somebody off. You just tap all their creatures. And in a lot of games, there's weird shenanigans going on where if somebody's playing stacks or whatnot, or you can't untap more, you know what? Word of Binding. Tap all y'all stuff. I'm going to swing. That's what I've got for Slimefoot. Notable things that I probably need to put in here. I need to put in the 3, like the Primal Vigor and the doubling season, and the cash dollars is what I need to put in. And of course, I think that Cryptolith Ride's probably a good thing too. Saplings tapping for mana sounds like something I want to be a part of. But anyway, I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. As I said, the list is on Tapped Out. We're back in Dominaria. Probably try to get some of these older decks that I've started on way back done. Don't know. Still, I'm to the point with the rest of these Dominaria decks now where I need cards and I'm actively seeking them out. So, I do appreciate you watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.